Hello everybody and welcome to another episode of the Weapons of H3VR. And today we're taking a look at this gun, as well as this gun. They're basically the same gun. We'll get into what this is in a second. So this is the M1918 Browning automatic rifle. This rifle is designed by John Moses Browning, famous gun designer. It is chambered in 30-06. It's a fully automatic weapon. It was introduced as the Browning automatic rifle. It was used as a light machine gun all the way up until right before the Vietnam War, where in theory it was going to be replaced by the M14, which left the US with a period of time without a machine gun, since the squad automatic weapon version of the M14 never came through. And as we all know, full auto M14 was kind of rubbish. So that was quickly the history of the M14. So let's get into more detail about the history. So, some of you might know in 1914 to 1918 there was this little war going on called the First World War. So, you might ask, sorry, I lost my train of thought. So, in World War II, World War I, there was this little thing called the machine gun, which was used a lot. Well, the Americans encountered a problem. If you were marching across the field, walking across no man's land, you had no support fire. You had your Springfield 1903s and the Pattern 17 Enfields firing one shot, bolting, and keep on moving. That was the best you could do. Or you had the light machine guns, which I believe the US had. The US used a few Horseshoes and Lewis guns, I believe, but they were light machine guns, and Browning came up with this gun, and the idea behind this gun is walking fire. So you have your, and the short shot did the same. So you had your 20 round magazine, your automatic rifle, and you would walk, fire. I believe it was like you'd right foot, left foot, fire one, right foot, left foot, fire one, so that you kept suppressive fire on the enemy at all times, forcing them to keep their heads down. As we know, that did not exactly work right. Or, well, but regardless, this rifle stayed. And one note about the M1918, this was actually introduced in 1917, but was given the designation for M1918 because there was already a M1917 weapon. And I'm not sure which weapon that was. That might have been the Pattern 17 Enfield. But don't quote me on that, I am not sure. I just know that it got the name 1918 to avoid confusion with the M1917. The US, of course, at the time using M year for their weapons designations, like M1911 is the 1911 pistol, the M1903 is the 1903 Springfield, etc. So, here we have a later version. We do not have the World War II version, I believe. The World War II version did not have a bipod, and some other things. We have a charging handle here. One thing which Anton gets wrong, I don't know if he hasn't done it for code-based reasons or whatever, this charging handle is not supposed to automatically go back forwards. It's supposed to be, you have to push that back manually. I should contact Anton about that and see if he can change that. And if he can't, well, it's just a minor thing. It's an open bolt machine gun, I guess. As I said, it's chambered in 30-06. US used that a lot in that time. It has a very bad sight. I believe it used the same size as the Springfield 1903. And yeah, one thing to note about the bipods. The bipods were historically kind of rubbish, so most soldiers during World War II would discard those bipods. I think we've covered the 1903 Springfield suitably. Let's go to shooting it. So we have free firing mode. We have regular or safe. We have slow fire, and we have fast fire. It does not look open on empty, So yeah, it's of course a World War II gun, and it's open bolt to help with cooling. It's yeah, it is what it is. So let's do some slow fire on target. Target is clear. $20 rounds. It has a 20-round magazine. I don't know if I mentioned that. 20 rounds on target, easy enough. If you do full, or not full auto, but fast fire, you're gonna see we're not gonna keep it on target. That could have been worse though, actually not too bad. And of course, if we do bipod, let's get this up a bit. That's a bit too much. I guess like this. And if we do there, let's clear that. With bipod, it should be very controllable. Indeed, very controllable. Indeed. I just said indeed twice. So, while we're here, this basically covers the entire BAR. It's a nice little gun. Kind of... Okay then. Kind of outdated by World War II, really. It served as a light machine gun, not really suitable for that role. Let's get this gun. Here we go, let's place that there. So this gun, literally just the front bit cut down, and that's it. I just realized it has this little thing on it, and I am not sure what that little thing is. I guess this thing maybe pops up so that it kind of sticks out so you can rest it on your shoulder. I don't know. Not sure. Thing I just noticed about the gun now. So yeah, this is literally just barrel partially cut off. As you can see, it has the same stock, it has the same barrel, no bipod, and shorter barrel. What that also means is it has no front sight, which is unfortunate. So let's just shoot this a bit. No front sight makes it harder to aim, obviously. But it is a handier weapon because it doesn't have as much barrel length. And in real life, of course, it would be lighter, since this gun is also a heavy gun. It does not work well as a shoulder rifle because of its weight. The BAR does not only stand for BAR, but it is also heavy like a, I don't know, an iron bar or something, I don't know. But yeah. I hope you all enjoyed this video on this World War I, World War II, South or Korean War weapon. US Army used it for longer than it should have been used, honestly. But I hope you enjoyed this video. Leave a like, subscribe, and all of that. Be sure to vote for next month's guns in the poll, which you can find in the description below. Hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you next time. Bye.